If you've traveled to a foreign country, then you've likely had to understand how to pronounce the currency of that country. In this video, I'm going to discuss the English names of the currencies that you are most likely to encounter when traveling. We're going to look at the 30 most popular destinations in the world and the currency that you'll be using once you arrive. Let's get started. But before we get started, I want to remind you to follow my account and click the notification button. The most visited country before the COVID pandemic was in Europe. Do you know which country that was? If you guessed France, you're right. They had a whopping 82 million visitors in 2019. Their currency is the euro. On the list of the top 30 most visited countries, there are many other countries of the European Union which use the euro. By the way, not all countries in the EU use the euro, and we're going to look at a few a bit later on the list. But let's list the other EU countries that use the euro. In addition to France, there's Spain, which is number 3 on the list with 76 million visitors. Number 5 is Italy. The 7th most visited country in the world is Germany. 11th is Austria. 14th is Greece. And 21st is the Netherlands. These countries all use the euro as their currency. All right, let's move on to the others. The 2nd most visited country in the world is the United States, with nearly 76 million visitors. They use the dollar as their currency. 4th on the list is China with the yuan. Number 6 is the United Kingdom with the pound. Mexico is number 8, and they use the peso. The 9th most frequented country in the world is Thailand, and there you use the Thai baht, B-A-H-T, and having the H before the T is a little bit unfamiliar for English speakers, as you normally see it TH. Number 10 is Turkey, and they use the lira. Incidentally, a bit of trivia, Italy also used the lira before they converted to the euro. At number 12 is Malaysia. They use the ringgit. Number 13 is Hong Kong, which employs the dollar. Russia is number 15 on the list, and they circulate the ruble. That's with one B, not to be confused with rubble, which is small pieces of concrete, and that's with 2 B's. They use the ruble. And number 16, in Japan, they use the yen. Number 17, surprisingly for me at least, was Canada. With 20 million visitors annually, they use the dollar. Number 18 is Saudi Arabia, which uses the Saudi rial. At 19th, we have an EU country, Poland, which has decided to use its national currency, the zloty. Zloty in English means gold. South Korea is number 20 with the Korean won. Now, this is not to be confused with won, I won the match, which is spelled exactly the same. This is the won. Macau, it comes in at number 22 with the Macanese pataka. Macau is, of course, famous for its casinos. Number 23 is another European Union country, Hungary, and they use the forint. Next on the list is the United Arab Emirates, which use the dirham. People are attracted to this small country in the Middle East, thanks to Dubai and its capital, the UAE's capital, Abu Dhabi. Coming in at 25th is India, which employs the rupee. Croatia is 26th, and they use the kuna. And the currency that is perhaps the most difficult to pronounce is our next one, the Ukrainian currency, hryvnia, or hryvnia. I've heard it both ways, hryvnia. Number 28 is Singapore, and they use the dollar. Indonesia is the penultimate country on the list, and they use the rupiah. And finally, the Czech Republic, an EU country, uses the koruna. Now for our quiz. As we know, the United States and Canada and Singapore and Hong Kong all use the dollar. So my question is this. How many countries in the world have the dollar as the name of its national currency? Is it 5, 10, or more than 20 countries? If you guessed C, more than 20 countries, you are correct. The US dollar came into existence in 1792, and then slowly other countries followed suit, adopting this same name, particularly in the 20th century. But there were 3 countries in the 19th century who led the way. The first could probably be a trivia question. Guyana in South America adopted the name dollar in 1839. Canada, the U.S.'s northerly neighbor, adopted the dollar name in 1858, and 7 years later, Hong Kong followed suit. Interestingly, there are 2 African countries which have the dollar as their named currency, the Namibian dollar and the Zimbabwean dollar. Further east, we have Australia, Fiji, and the Solomon Islands, who adopted the same name. But most of the other countries are found in the Caribbean, which is obviously very close to the United States. If you like this video and want more like it, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.